right direction, then I don't want you to take it.
Well, I go back to the time when I can see him lying there in bed, and I standing at the door, and he telling me that God doesn't hear him when he prays. Now, I should have given him more encouragement, even though he felt like that he should just feel that he just should keep on praying, and God, even though he didn't feel that he answered at that time, that he did hear his prayers, and that in his own time he would answer according to his will. I should have explained all that to Dick, and I don't think I did. I, I sort of passed it on thinking that it was something that would pass with Dick. And I don't think I gave him enough encouragement. Then at least, I carry that now. I carry that one night stands out in my mind all these years. Well, at that time, I didn't think that Dick was that. What is the word? Confused that it would be a lifetime decision. I thought it was something that would pass, but I should have taken it a little more seriously at the right moment, and I should have handled it differently at the time. I'd feel better now if I knew that I handled it differently. I feel that that was one big time, and that was the beginning of his rejection. Up to that time, he still had faith, but that was the time then he felt it wasn't worthwhile to keep on praying because God had rejected him, or didn't hear, or there was no God. Now he seems to feel like he says, "When you're dead, you're dead." So now it's out of my hands. Now I can't do anything anymore except just pray. But why did this happen? Now I had four. Now the last one that we had, this happened to, and I didn't know how to handle it. I put some blame on myself, and whether right or wrong, you know, I am so sorry about the whole thing, and that I fear that Dick is lost, and that I just sort of carry some some of the guilt of that one night that I feel I handled badly, that I should have had more insight into what was happening. He was just such a young believer, and then some more things happened, of course, at church that helped to discourage him the other way. And then as he went along, it was easy to keep on being discouraged until it was final. Uh, now, now, and then that one night up here, when we had a nice evening, and somehow it turned into the religious subject, which it wasn't meant to be at all, but it slid into it. And then by the time, uh, when Sam, of course, tried hard to make things, Dick see things different. And the more Sam tried, the harder Dick got the other way to try to. And then that night that he left, I thought he might have an accident or something, that he was so upset that night that we never brought it up again, and I wouldn't even try, because now he is. But it cast a shadow over our relationship all these years, and that's unfortunate. That's a
Well,
that's you know, I think maybe the reason that I'm still here is because of Dick. That I still can pray for Dick, but I don't think he's getting any. He's not getting any closer. If something according what would happen in life, um, you never know. I don't know what it would. I have no idea what it would take to change Dick's thinking. He is so set now that I don't know what it would take. And our relationship, Dick doesn't feel free at all to have too much relationship with me just because of this subject. And I haven't said anything to him for I wouldn't know when. And I try to make it a point never to get near the subject. But it's there. He knows it and I know it. And he's fighting one way, he's fighting against it, you know. So I don't know. I guess it's I guess I'll never know that anything has changed. He's I don't know what it would take to help him to see it differently. If only the right person could touch the right spot with Dick to make him see some things, but I don't know. I I don't think that his wife probably is as set against anything religious or God. I have a feeling maybe she's not as hard set against it, although I don't think that she's particularly. I don't think she's born again Christian, but that is not my right to say. Uh, you don't judge one another.
well, maybe. You've had 99 years of learning things. You've accumulated quite a bit of experience and stories and knowledge and
Yeah.
I mean, and that's part of the reason why I'm asking for all these stories is to get some of them. But maybe you're not done learning yet. Maybe this experience with Dick, part of it is
That's the saddest of my life. That is the saddest of my life. If I have to leave this life, leaving him behind, knowing the way he feels, that is sad.
well, but again, Nana, maybe this is something that well, I don't know. Never mind. I think it's going to have to be a faith thing, Nana. Yeah, I don't think we can change each other. And I think you're right. The more we try to force each other to change,
No.
the
You
more...
can't force it. No, this is something that you don't try to force on somebody else if they don't have the right feeling themselves. All you can do is pray. You can't force religion on somebody.
Right. But so instead of worrying about who's going to change them, maybe spending that energy just having faith that it will happen. God will work a miracle.
Well, it's possible. It is possible that it'll never happen. He is so.
Well, but God can do anything.
Yeah, but God isn't the one that. He leaves that up to us to make the decision. God doesn't force us into anything.
Again, but like I was saying before, not force us, but provide experiences. Now, Dick is a very scientific guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he's not going to believe anything we tell him, any of us, that he can't see for himself. So maybe a conversion experience by us telling him over and over to believe is not going. That's not how his brain works.
No.
But maybe if he has an experience, some experience where he senses the divine, where he senses that there's something bigger out there that he can understand, and that will open his heart. And so I agree with you. God doesn't force us to change. Doesn't reach into our brains and flip a switch. But he may provide an experience.
Well, it's there. The experiences are all over.
Well,
the experiences are all over.
Right.
It's up to Dick to come to that point somehow through something. It's up to Dick to make the move, or to be willing to accept a move. But so far he's defiant. He fights it now.
Well,
but I just have to leave it.
Yep, I think. Yep, yeah. Faith is a hard thing.
I know.
Faith is probably the hardest thing to learn and to develop.
Yeah.
Faith that things will work out and that God will take care of us.
God will. God. It's not up to God. It is up to us to be willing. We have to be willing to submit to some of these things. And if you have this concrete way of fighting some of these things, it's unfortunate. And Dick doesn't, like he says, when he thinks when you're dead, you're dead. Well, now he don't believe anything in the Bible now anymore. This is a sign. He don't believe anything of that now. So then he's not going to find anything to counteract that. When you're dead, because the Bible don't say that. And he don't believe it. You don't believe when you're dead, you're dead. You don't believe that. Well, it's a hard conclusion.
Well, and like you say, we never know really what's in someone's heart or in their head. And like you said, you haven't actually talked with him about religion for a long time, right?
No, you can't, no.
Well, so you don't really know what Dick is thinking in terms of spirituality. Now, he may not, agree with some of kind of the organized religion things, but it's tough for you to say right now whether or not he's doomed or not. We don't really know what's in his head or his heart. But
except when he says, you're dead, you're dead.
Well, how long ago was that?
Yesterday.
I thought you said you hadn't talked with him for a while.
No. I mean, he thinks that yesterday. I mean, those are his thoughts yesterday. I know he hasn't changed. It'd be nice to believe that he had. I need some evidence to note that his mind has changed. He's set it just now in concrete in the way he's been thinking. It will take a miracle. I wish I could know of a miracle that would happen to Dick to make him change his mind. But He's set in concrete right of now. He is. You say I have no right to say that until I see an evidence of Dick. If I could once see one little evidence of Dick, of course, yeah, it would certainly take, if I would ever see one little evidence of Dick showing any sign of spiritual wisdom of any kind. That would really be wonderful. He was the brightest of them all, and I can't understand. I can't understand that if you just look around and see the miracles of nature and everything, that you could say there would have to be a more higher something, a higher to have a creation the way we have, and still say, well, you don't believe there is anything like that. You know, the evidence is all over us, everywhere you look. And then you say, well, you think it just happened, everything just happened. That's ignorance, and yet Dick's supposed to be the most brilliant of us all, and yet he's so stupid.
Well,
that seems like can't be. I can't quite get over it that one of the four, the brightest, has an attitude like this. I just can't. And I guess I have no right to. Well, I don't know whether I have a right to have an opinion or not. He belongs to me. I mean, I thought he was part of me, and it's just hard for me to accept. That's all. That's the long and the short of it.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Big topic.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. A person shouldn't even get on it because we can't change it unless you're dealing with the individual and you have some reason to feel that they're capable of changing their mind. Otherwise, you better stay off of it.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, I took up all this.
No problem. I have two short, completely other topics.
Well,
not topics, but lighthearted questions here.
I don't have any answers left.
Well, number one, I don't know if you will agree to this or not. But someone at the party yesterday told me that you used to yodel.
Who remembered that?
To call Papa in from the fields or something?
Yes.
Would you be willing to yodel for me? I
can't anymore.
I never heard this.
I don't have the voice anymore. I can't. I see my voice. You know, I lost it. I used to be able to sing, high soprano. I can't sing at all. No, I lost my voice.
Oh, so you won't even try?
No, I can't.
Oh,
I can't.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. I used to have a good yodel. Who told you? Who remembered that?
I think it must have been Mom. I think Mary told me that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
She remembered that?
Mm-hmm.
I used to yodel.
So where'd you learn to yodel?
Oh, just by picking it at yourself. Just by having the voice that could do it. No.
And did that carry farther than just going...
Oh, yes, that carries... I had a good, strong voice.
Okay.
But I lost it.
Now, my second question is, did your parents speak Pennsylvania Dutch?
My dad spoke that until he went to school.
Okay. So did you ever learn any Dutch or any German when you were young?
Oh, yes. Yes. I could speak some Pennsylvania.